If you've made it to the stage, congratulations to you. It shows that you are fast becoming a backend developer. Welcome to today's lesson. Okay, quickly, the last time we talked about how to access the environmental variables, and now it's time for us to connect to our MongoDB. Now, we need this URL to be able to connect to our MongoDB, right? So this DB URL. And as I said before now, in the previous lessons, I asked you to replace this with your connection strength and password and / the name of your password. So this could be anything, right? It could be anything. It doesn't have to be, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be what I just created. So it could be anything DB. Do you understand? So whatever name you want to call it, you're free to do so. But I just choose to use that. So let's quickly go to app.js. Now, all this connecting to the database can actually be done in another file and imported on this file. But I would just like to do it on this file so we could have the connection here instead of doing it somewhere else. So it's all left for you. You can create it in another file, then just import it here. So quickly, I'll go to where we're going to be creating database. Now, one thing we should always watch out for is, I don't think I will need this. I just have to take this off. That was just for testing purpose. So the next thing is just for us to create this before the route parameter. So that is the database itself. So we're going to say mongoose dot, then connect is the word we're looking for. So it's a method. So mongoose or connect, that's the what connects you to your database. Then you're going to put in your URL, right? And that URL can be accessed from process, right? .env .dbURL. .dbURL. So that's where we can get it from. So we're just going to tag it with the then, and are we really expecting anything? So let's just, we're not expecting anything. Let's just bring this out and say console.log, an anonymous function, and say console.log. And what do we actually want to console at? We just want to say connected to database. So that is it, connected to database. Okay, so this is the way we connect to database. You can do it in several ways. You can decide to bring it this way. There are several ways of doing this, about 1,000 ways of doing this. And also, apart from the URL, it can also take some string, some configuration string, right? So it can take some configuration string, whatever configuration string you want to put in. You can read the documentation and see some of the configuration string. But in this case, I'm not putting any of those configuration strings, so it's just going to be taking this URL, right? So that is it. That means if everything is okay and we're placing our password, then it should be able to connect. So I'm just going to connect and paste in my password behind the scene. So I just pasted the URL, the right URL in it was env, and if you refresh, you're going to see beneath it, after the system starts, you're going to see that you're connected to database. Now it's listening right away, connected to database. That was actually the prompt that we created here, that if it's successful, it should tell us that it's connected to database. Right now, we are connected to our Atlas database, but connected to the cloud database. That means you can access this. You're creating it locally here. All the data that you're going to be posting is going to be on the cloud. So this is how you connect. Our next class, we're going to be making post requests. Thank you.